when you were, telling people that like taxation is theft and, that whatever, the government involvement in these areas is wrong. Like we shouldn't have Social Security. We shouldn't have Obamacare. We shouldn't have OSHA or whatever. And I believe all those things. I don't want any of those things. It's threatening to people. That's how they perceive it, because you want to take away something from them that they believe in. 98% of Americans believe in Social Security. Despite, you can explain to that person, well, what about the fact that people are violently compelled to participate in it, this kind of thing. And it's like, it doesn't matter, because most people don't think that way. And they might agree with you in the moment. You can give them these moral arguments and they might say like, oh, yes, I agree, violence is wrong. But when they go back to the voting booth, they behave the same kind of way and they vote for the same kinds of things. And so, if you're instead saying, rather than saying to 330 million Americans, let's change the way that America is run, you're instead saying, well, let's have some space within America where, or maybe outside of America, I don't know, where libertarians are allowed to live the way that they want to live. And it's much less threatening to people, because you're not trying to take something away from them. You're not trying to change their life. You're trying to create a space for yourself. And this is the future, whether it's the Free State Project or not. Maybe it's seasteading, maybe it's these special economic zones, whatever it might be. It's going to be something in this area. This is how a libertarian space will exist. And I believe it will happen in our lifetime. I mean, I'm betting on the Free State Project, but I'm open-minded about how it might play out. I'm very confident that is how it will play out. That it will not, there's not going to be, and I'm not trying to be like a pessimist, but like we just went through COVID. Like we just had 70% of Americans being like, please lock my neighbors in their house. Please force them to wear masks in public. Like this idea that some sort of dystopian event will cause Americans to wake up, I think it's delusional, quite frankly. As much as I would like it to happen and would love it to happen, I think it's delusional. And so, it's this, you're chasing this false hope, and all this money and time are being wasted on these false efforts, when there's enough of us in the world who believe these things sincerely that we could have a space, even if it's a small one, even if it's 5 fucking square miles, to live the way that, we want to be able to live.